Welcome to Be Me with Shari Ware, the podcast where each day is a step towards a better you and where we focus on progress, not perfection. Join me as we embark on a journey of self-improvement and wellness, focusing on being just a little better than we were yesterday.
Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Be Me podcast. My name's Shari Ware, I'm your host, and in this episode, we are talking about visualization and how mental imagery helps you to achieve your goals. So we'll start off with a quote from Jim Kwik. Yes, I do talk about Jim Kwik a lot. That's because he is amazing. And if you don't already know the story, if you haven't caught previous episodes, he had a brain injury as a child, and they actually called him the boy with the broken brain. He learned how to learn and was able to he's now able to do amazing things with his brain. He's definitely somebody to follow if you don't already follow him. He has some amazing tools that he teaches other people, all for free, of how you can utilize your brain better. He wrote a book called Limitless, which I think is amazing. I've read it. I definitely need to read it over and over and over again. I highly recommend it, and you can check it out on Amazon. I'll make sure that I put the link in the show notes for you. But he says visualization is a powerful tool because the human brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's real. So that's what this entire episode is about, and let's get into it. So, what is visualization? So, visualization involves creating vivid mental images of a desired outcome or goal. And I will actually say that it's actually not just visualization. I'm going to use a term that I just made up and also say that it should be visualization and feelisation. And so it's not just about picturing the goal, although that will certainly benefit you, even if you just picture it. But it's also about allowing yourself to feel the feelings that you will feel when you achieve that goal. Feelisation, that's a new word. I made it up. So that's what visualization is. How does visualization impact your behavior? So when your mind consistently envisions a goal, it becomes more focused and motivated to achieve it. If you caught the last episode of the podcast, it was on your reticular activating system, your RAS, and how when you give very clear instructions to your brain of what you want to achieve, that's what you're focused on, then it will focus and filter out all of the information that comes into your world on a daily basis to highlight what you need to achieve that goal. So when you are constantly envisioning that goal that you want, and that was one of the ways that we spoke about in the last episode of how to help leverage your RAS, was to use visualization and feelisation. When you do that consistently, your brain is getting the message, your RAS is getting the message that is what you want to focus on, that is what you want. And so it will shine the torchlight, like we spoke about last week, on the information that you need to help you achieve that. So by using visualization and feelisation, this practice can rewire your brain to recognize opportunities and take actions that align with your envisioned outcome. All right, so how do you use visualization to change your behavior and goals? How do you do it? So first of all, as we spoke about last week when leveraging your reticular activating system, you want to have very clear and specific goals. Use the STEPS formula. Outline what your goal is with your small steps. Again, I will make sure I link to all of these things that I mentioned in the show notes for you. But make sure that your goals are very clear and very specific. Number 2, once you have outlined what your clear and specific goals are, then it's time to create a detailed mental image. Take a little bit of time and really picture in your mind everything about it, what it looks like, what's going to specifically happen when you achieve your goal. Are you going to be on your own? Will other people be around you? And it doesn't have to be one mental image. It can be a series of mental images. Maybe it's a health goal. That's definitely a big one for me. Is I have health goals, and I visualize and feelize what I'll be doing when I achieve my health goal. It might be different scenarios. I might be doing things with other people. I might be different situations and environments and all of those things. So it doesn't have to be one mental image, and in fact, the more the better. So create your detailed mental images. Number 3 is practice regularly. Remember that consistency is the key to anything. So practice, practice, practice. Practice makes progress. That's what Jim Quick says. Practice makes progress, not practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. The more we do something, the easier it becomes. That's how it becomes automatic. Number 4 is combine it with positive affirmations. So as we spoke about last week with your reticular activating system, your reticular activating system, your RAS, you want to combine visualization and feelisation with positive affirmations to reinforce to your brain that is what you want to focus on, that is what you want to get to, and that you know that you can do it. And number 5 is stay positive and persistent. Always positive and persistent. It requires visualization. Feelisation requires patience and a positive mindset. What you focus on is what you get. And if you're focusing on negative, then that's what you're shining the torch on. That's the message that your brain is getting that you want to focus on. So you will get more of that. Whereas if you are giving your brain positive messages, you're focusing on positive things and moving towards your goal, then that's what you're shining the torch on. That's the message that your brain is getting, and it will find more of that for you. So visualization, feelisation is a very powerful tool. It's something that you definitely want to start to do if you're not already doing it. And for this episode, there is also a corresponding Be Me Bites edition. Be Me Bites 13, the science of visualization, achieve your goals with mental imagery. And I always direct people to the written edition on the topic, because there's generally something that will be in there that I haven't put in the podcast. And I always do put extra resources in there for you so that you can find out more about the subject from other people and not just me. So until the next episode, keep taking one step at a time, and I will see you then.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Remember to check out the show notes, and if you have any comments, feedback or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. If you've received value from this podcast, make sure to subscribe, and I'd love you to rate and review the show. Have a fabulous day.